So I am not great at the elevator pitch, to be honest with you. I don't, it's not the way I roll. And the reason why it's not the way that I roll is because I'm better at listening to you, to be fair. I like listening to what you're doing, why you're doing it, how you're doing it, like all that passionate stuff, the reason why you do what you do. And then from the information that you give me, because I'm really good at getting in that information, I figure out whether I can work with you. And if I can't work with you, who can I network with you with next? That's it. So today I've got to talk about the support worker store. And it turns out that the support worker store has been up and running for 3 years, which took me by surprise because in that 3 years, I've had to pivot, I've had to move, I've had to change the way that I do things in between. And if you've been following along for the support worker store, it started while I was pregnant with my third, and I started with creating funny, humorous mugs about support work. And while I was doing that, I realized I could actually offer a lot more because my years of service to the sector, I knew more than what I was giving, and I knew that I was playing too small. So once I figured out the playing too small things, I developed and grew the brand to where it is today. Under the support worker store lies Sarah Knows Support Workers, which is a podcast. To be fair, I was trialing around and I was kind of like, one of those things, stuff around and find out. I found out I'm 70 episodes in and I have been able to have the opportunity to interview some of our sector's greatest. So it has been that. When I'm not doing the support worker store, I'm actually the co-founder of Swifty Matchy. Swifty Matchy is an app that connects NDIS participants with support workers, whether they are independent or with a provider. This came about because I was watching one too many. I was like a whole thing to how we got to Swifty Matchy. But in fairness to the story, I was watching one too many maths episodes, and there was this one episode that really screams to mind where it was kind of like where the penny dropped for me. In this episode, the bride was walking down the aisle. She was so excited to get married. She was really wanted love, all those things in between. And it's like the voiceover, so you can see her slowly walk down this aisle. The guy turns around and his voiceover was, "That's not what I ordered." And at the time, I was a head of a service where I was delivering one-to-ones. At that time, it made the penny dropped. I was like, I wonder how many times a person that we serve opened the door and went, "Not what we ordered, not what I wanted. You said this and I got that." And it made me think, how can we deliver that part better? So that's Swifty Matchy's origin story was that, but it was also the times that I spent in intake where I got very good at it. Don't get me wrong. I got good at intaking NDIS participants into service and matching them up with support workers that they liked. But the most common thing that I got out of feedback from the people that we serve was, "I'm changing services. I don't like the support worker that I've got." And this kept getting repeated and repeated and repeated. And that became my course of action after hearing it so many times. And then bits and stories would come along. And I know that we can do a better job than what we're serving at current. So that's the origin story about Swifty Matchy. Exciting times ahead.